This is the BTC channel where we're going to go over up-to-date news on verified sources, not hype around crypto. Basically all of this information is going to be verified, so therefore you can make money. Basically it's going to be about the crypto and blockchain space, plus give you a view of the conscious side of crypto. And what I mean by that is that it's all rigged by the central banks. So therefore you can put money in your pocket. Now basically there will not be a channel like this where you can make money and not have to pay fees or make a payment. This is a free, all the advice we're giving for you is free, and we're not going to ask you for any money. We want everybody to get paid in this space. It's a brand new space. This is going to be bigger than the internet. A lot of people think the blockchain needs internet. No, it's the other way around. Internet needs blockchain. Now, of course, I must say that it's not financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. Now, again, going over Bitcoin, as we see, Bitcoin had a lot of hype going into 2017 where it hit 20,000. Now, once it hit that 20,000, you saw a lot of people getting the Lambos, overnight millionaires, not just Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, whoever got into it early. I've been in the space since 2012. Now, after 2017, of course, we went all the way down to 3,000, the end of 2018. 2019, we go back up to 14,000. Right now, we're at about 775. Now, with that said, we've had some turbulence as far as with the now Trump war. Now all this plays into it. All this plays in together. Anytime that you have global economics, which all of our economies are connected. With Bitcoin, what people are not understanding is that majority of the major cryptos are pegged to Bitcoin. And nobody wants to say that, but it is. That's the reason why when Bitcoin goes up, all the rest of the coins go up. When Bitcoin goes down, all the rest of them go down. That's not a independent use value financial market. That is a speculation market, and it's all pegged to Bitcoin. And just give you an example, when it comes to Ripple, XRP. XRP should be above above the rest as far as being used, has great utility, but it's being manipulated. I'm not an XRP Ripple fan because I understand the history, and on another video we'll get into Ripple and XRP history, because I feel like a lot of people, especially the XRP community, it's a big fan club, but they're losing money, and you don't want to see people lose money. Don't get me wrong, everybody, what they like to say, nobody made you invest in this, or when you have multi-millionaires, billionaires that are pushing this, and these are a lot of young kids buying it, and they know it's not going anywhere, that's fraud. That's not an investment. No, that's fraud. We all know all companies can go down, but they're not. Ripple is making plenty of money. The central banks are controlling Ripple. So it's like I said, I'm going to go over that in another video, but I do want to stick with Bitcoin for this video. Like I stated, Bitcoin is manipulated from the top to the bottom. Now, Bitcoin has been sold to everybody as a commodity, and I need for people to understand this. SEC, everybody, all the major governments have already said it's a commodity. You have Grayscale, all these other companies, Fidelity, it's a commodity. So, and they said it's the gold of the commodities. Will Bitcoin hit 20,000 again, 40,000, 50,000? Yes. I can't tell you exactly what the price is going to be, but I know for a fact at the minimum, it's going to hit 50,000 at the minimum. Does it have the potential to get up to $1 million? It definitely does. And easily. Now, when it comes to gold, if you just go back to 1940s, gold probably, don't get me wrong, gold, I'm just giving you an estimate, gold probably is about $40 at the most. Now gold is at $1,500. Gold and Bitcoin are very, very important. Because anytime you have a scare in the market, and what I mean by that is anytime stocks go down, Bitcoin and gold is where everybody is going to flood to. So that's where you want your money to be at. Bitcoin, gold, your chip stocks, like your Micron, your Nvidia. Of course, everything is surrounded by electric cars now, so that's going to be the future. So that's where you want to put your money at. Not just I'm just giving you an example because, of course, this channel is going to be about crypto. But you want to put your money into anything that you see going down the road in the future that's going to be a success. And we all know that chip stocks, just about everything is going to have a chip in it. So, of course, your marijuana stocks, they're going to boom because just about every state is going to have marijuana. But as far as what Bitcoin goes, Bitcoin is a great source of liquidity once they add in Bitcoin Lightning. Do I like Bitcoin Lightning? No. Bitcoin Lightning is nothing but an IOU. It's just like $1. But what Bitcoin is going to do is going to speed it up to the point where if somebody wants to move Bitcoin, it's going to be just as fast as a XRP. If anybody's used XRP, the technology behind XRP is flat out amazing. Ripple, the technology, nothing can compare to it. It's like I said, it's amazing. Same goes with XLM. Of course, Jed is the same one who created XRP, now has XLM. But the technology behind it is definitely amazing. So as soon as you send it, it's gone. It's just like if you were at with your chip, you put your chip into to pay for an item, and it's done within seconds. So we understand the technology. What Ripple likes to say is that the plumbing has been laid. The plumbing has been laid. And the thing about Bitcoin Lightning is that Bitcoin Lightning, you don't see any commercials, any updates, but behind closed doors, those nodes and everything is moving super fast. So the fact is that Bitcoin will be able to be moved just as fast as Ripple. So, but Bitcoin is one of those assets that you want to hold the same way as you have gold. You will slowly see pensions go into Bitcoin. They're not going to go anywhere else. They're going to go to Bitcoin because Bitcoin is that commodity just like gold. Where the fact is that if I go, basically what they call it is anything can hold hold its value. So 10 years down the road and I look, I want when I go back into my pension, if I put $350,000 in, I want to go back and the minimum I want to see is my 350, not 250 or 200. The economy right now is at its worst. Of course, we went through the 10-year expansion. We're still into this expansion. Right now, the Fed is using, as far as with the repo market, they're buying treasury bills on the front end in order to keep rates down. Right now, we're in just a flat out scam right now as far as our financial markets go. So the Federal Reserve, of course, prints the money. Just to give you a little breakdown, Federal Reserve prints the money. They have the dealers, which your banks are, which are Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, your big banks. And then, of course, they make sure liquidity is there for the rest of the banks. And they get a 2%. Well, right now it's 2% because that's where our rate's at. But, of course, that's not enough. So, right now we're at a 2% rate. They said that this year they're not going to cut. Of course, they probably will wait to cut rates in 2021 because as far as the earnings go, if you go and look at a 10K report with these companies like Netflix and Amazon, they're not making any money. Amazon hasn't made any money. Well, Amazon went a whole 10 years without making any money. Netflix went a whole 10 years without making any earnings. No earnings whatsoever. Now how a company can go 10 years without making any profits and still have the market cap these companies have, then these are government-ran companies. And what I mean by that is that the government actually runs these companies. I know you see a Jeff Bezos running this. He's not running this company. It's impossible. There's no way. And just like I said, if you go inside the 10K report, you will see that the company is not profitable. He didn't come off books. No, he was getting billions of dollars for free. So let's say if I gave you $1 billion and told you next year give me back that same billion, you could just put the money in the bank and just off 1%, you would have made plenty of money. This is solely a game. This is a banking game. And that's the reason why everybody, you have maybe a year or a year and a half to get your finances in order and put them in the right place. Other than that, America's economy is going to fall flat. There's no way they can keep this up. Now, of course, they kept it up with the keep dropping rates down and keeping rates at zero. But now there are no earnings to follow that. So even if you're at 0% rate, you're not making any money. There's no earnings because you're out here spending all this money and you're not getting anything back in return. That's the reason why our pensions are bankrupt. Because pensions need that interest in order to pay fees. They're not paying any fees. But right now, with so much free money, they can afford to do that. But eventually, rates will go up to 10%, whether they like it or not. Eventually, it's going to hit. And basically go over the Bloomberg article where the repo market had hit 10%. Now, when it hit 10%, they had to hurry up with buying treasury bills to get it back down to 2. So right now, it's like I said, we're in a big game. What we have to do is get our finances in order, invest I'm not telling you put all your money in Bitcoin. I'm not telling you put all your money in gold. I know everybody has bills. Take 10% away and start putting it in. Because we all know we waste money on a daily basis on things that we don't need. Start putting that into your future. Because definitely the United States, we're about to go into a rocky road. Even before this war talk, we still were going to hit a bad situation. Now, wars are started by the banks. They control both sides. They fund both sides. But at the end of the day, that doesn't help us. Even though if you may know it, it still doesn't help us. The only way you help yourself is by putting yourself in the right position. Because this is going to end badly. And a war is a distraction. And that distraction is to get us away from thinking about our money. They always use a divide and conquer. Race, whether you're straight, gay, anything that they can find, Republican, Democrat, anything that they can find to separate the people. So therefore, you're not focused on your money. They will do that. And that's why you can't fall for that. The minute you fall for that, that's called emotion. You're going to make emotional decisions that don't make sense. And that's how you get division between races, Republican, Democrat. Anytime it comes to helping the people, they never seem to come together. But anytime it's coming to help the banks, they always have the money to help the banks. That's what you have to understand. Once you get that, everything else falls in place. Stay focused on your money. And that's what this channel is going to be about. So therefore, you can put that in your pocket. Put your money in your pocket. That's what we're going to be about, making money. So therefore, your kids have money, your kids have money, because you never know what will happen or a situation that comes up. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Basically, we're going to have the info at the bottom, so therefore you'll have your links. The website is called btcteacher.com. Also have the book on there. You can order the book through Kindle, $9.99, $24.99 actually for the book. Basically, it's worth, once you read the book and listen to this channel, you'll be able to make millions of dollars easily. Thanks for listening. You have a great day.